Welcome back to another rousing week of wrestling rundownness over here, coming to you live, just like 205 Live was this week on the network. Hey, and if we're talking about 205 Live and or Smackdown Live, then you know this must be Tuesday Night Live.
Our brand new show! Kind of.
Basically like the Smackdown Rundown, but more.
Yeah. With a side of cruiserweights.
Yeah. That being said, let's just dive right into some Smackdown Live.
Let's do it! We actually, it was a good, compact episode of Smackdown. They did a lot of good story build with all of their championships. But it really there wasn't that much, which was kind of surprising. So before we get to our overarching storyline, which we usually do, we had some ladies action. We had Carmella and Natalya, both of them still battling over whether or not Natalya was the one that attacked Nikki Bella at Survivor Series.
Nikki Bella was on commentary.
She was indeed, and Natty spent most of the match trying to tell Nikki that it wasn't her, and that Carmella was lying, and Carmella kept saying, no, she's the liar. And then eventually, Natty actually went out to, talk to Nikki, hey, it wasn't me, I had nothing to do with it, blah, blah, blah. And then she tried to prove her, her friendship by shoving Nikki out of the way to stop Carmella from attacking her.
Which, that was the biggest detriment, I think, to me in the entire show.
What?
To be completely honest. Second biggest detriment of the entire show. Because, the whole thing is, Natty went out of the ring and was, talking to Nikki Bella. So in order to pull off this thing that they're supposed to do, Nikki then had to walk completely all the way around Natalya.
Yeah.
To put her back to Carmella.
Now, I wouldn't have been as upset about that as I was the end of this match, because I feel like in that moment, that should have been we don't know for sure if they're going to go with Natalya as the one who attacked Nikki in this situation. But Natalya then throws Carmella back in the ring, gets in, and then keeps apologizing and saying that it wasn't her, and then ends up getting a small package and loses the match. I feel like that saving moment should have been a faux redemption moment for Natalya. That should have put her maybe back in almost good graces with Nikki. But then, it was, I don't know. It was a slightly messy situation, but Carmella did end up picking up the win.
Good for her.
And then we had Alexa Bliss, who was supposed to face Deonna Purrazzo.
Hey!
But Alexa Bliss doesn't give out charity cases, and she beat the hell out of Deonna Purrazzo. So that didn't happen.
But Becky Lynch came down.
Becky Lynch is like, hey, you know what? I'm sorry last week I caught you off guard. You weren't in your ring gear. But wait a second, you're in your ring gear now, and I'm in my ring gear. So we should have our championship rematch right now. And Alexa's like, okay, here's the thing. You want your title match? That's fine. You're gonna get it, but not this week. Straight up heel move.
And so she does. She powders out the opposite side, runs around the ring. It's about to leave, and then Shane O'Mac comes out. Here comes the money, and he's like, guess what? That match is going to happen, and it will happen tonight. So go into the ring, Alexa, because you are in the match now.
And Alexa's like, what the...
And she's like, you can't do that. And he's like, basically I can, because I am the boss of
Yes,
Smackdown.
I am Shane McMahon. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
I'm the boss's daughter, son. Son. Boss's son.
The boss's daughter, son?
He can do whatever he wants. It's his Smackdown. He can cry if he wants to.
Alright. And this was a good... I mean, it wasn't the last time we're going to see this, but it was a good short little match that they had where after a miscue when Alexa was trying to go for her knee, or her knee drop and then her backflip knees, she ended up just hitting the mat. And that kind of started what would ultimately be her way out of the match. Is she was running away from Becky, got out of the ring, and acted like she tweaked her knee on the way out. She starts walking all the way around the ring as slow as she possibly can. She ends up getting counted out, so Becky does in fact pick up the win, but you can't win the title off of a countout. So Becky's like, fuck you, bitch. She went out, she started beating up Alexa Bliss. Alexa gets tossed back in the ring, and then lo and behold, Alexa's knee is just fine as she starts to kick the ever-loving shit out of Becky Lynch.
Yeah, Becky ends up turning it back on Alexa, though, and then Alexa dips out of the ring again, and then she started selling her knee again, which is what I thought that was weird.
I think what it is, it's so when Daniel Bryan and Shane go back and look at the footage, they can be like, well, you're attacking her right now. Like, there's obviously nothing wrong with your knee.
And then she goes, adrenaline.
And then she goes, but look, then when I get out of the ring, my knee hurts. See, I'm still protecting my knee. There's not, Becky attacked me.
She had like a sparkly knee brace on next week.
A bedazzled knee brace. So yeah, I think that's gonna be her. That was her way of like trying to cover up the fact that she totally was not hurt in any way, shape, or form. We found out that in 2 weeks, John Cena will be returning to SmackDown in the most
pro John Cena city I've ever seen.
Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah, that All-State Arena. Everyone's gonna be chanting for Cena.
Cena Punk. Cena Punk. Yeah, it's who booked that? That was bad.
I think it was booked because I'm pretty sure isn't that like the last SmackDown of the year?
Let's see,
one of the last
2
SmackDowns
weeks.
of the year.
It's like just after Christmas. Yeah. All right. It makes sense, but I would have just waited till like 2017, like start 2017 off with the return of John Cena.
Hey,
that might work a little better. But we don't book SmackDown.
We don't book any of WWE.
We don't.
WWE, hire me. How many good ideas have I come up with on this show?
Quite a few, actually.
Book it, Vince.
We also had
me getting hired.
We had a tag team battle royal to determine who will be the next challengers for the Wyatt family. We had the rest of the teams on the SmackDown roster. This was slightly different than usual tag team battle royals. Yeah. Usually it's one person gets eliminated, the entire team goes away. This time, both members of the team had to be eliminated for the team to be out.
Yeah, so, they're like, we have a lot of time to kill, so we're going to make it single eliminations.
Yeah. So, in order of elimination, right as the bell rang, we had Simon Gotch was eliminated. Then Victor eliminated Chad Gable. Victor was eliminated by Chad Gable, who was then immediately eliminated by Connor.
Yeah.
Rhino accidentally was eliminated by Heath Slater. Mojo was eliminated by both members of Breezango.
Hey!
Aiden English was eliminated by Jason Jordan with a big, fall away. I don't even know what the fuck that move is.
Big ass flapjack.
Yeah, flapjack to the outside. That was nasty. Fandango was eliminated by Heath Slater, sweeping him up on the apron. Jason Jordan was eliminated by tag team action from Tyler Breeze and Connor. That was interesting. Heath Slater was then eliminated by Connor, who doesn't give a fuck. Just kind of hurled him out onto his feet. Tyler Breeze was then eliminated by Zack Ryder, that leaving Connor and Zack Ryder in the ring. Connor was then trying to powerbomb Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder turned it into a Rana and
almost killed himself.
But he did secure the victory for himself and Kevin Hawk's favorite wrestler, Mojo Rawley.
I'm going to punch you right in the dick.
So, the Hype Bros will be facing the Wyatt family probably at the Royal Rumble. Maybe not at the Royal Rumble. Probably.
I hope they don't let it last that long.
Why wouldn't they last that long?
Well, because they're getting ready for the fucking #1 Contenders match for 2 weeks from now.
Wait, what?
Yeah, is it in the overarching storyline?
I don't know. I didn't.
I'm pretty sure it's on whatever SmackDown on the 27th.
Okay, so
next title
so maybe that's what it. Maybe that's going to be the return of John Cena, the tag team title match, and AJ defending the championship against whomever wins the match, which we're going to talk about that storyline right now.
By the way, I just hope they have the fucking Ambrose versus the Wyatts next week, and they just murder Mojo Rawley.
Not going to happen next week.
Murder Mojo Rawley.
We're going to have the Wyatts probably...
Murder Mojo Rawley.
No, they're probably going to stomp... let's see, who would they face? They're
you know who wasn't in that Battle Royal?
Huh.
The Usos.
It's probably why they're on SmackDown Live. Or on Talking Smack. They're like... what the fuck? So
we wanted to murder Mojo Rawley.
Maybe they're gonna be. Maybe they put out a challenge. They're gonna face whoever wins out of the Wyatts and Hype Bros. But anyway,
murder Mojo Rawley.
We opened the show with Shane and Daniel Bryan looking over the footage of James Ellsworth screwing over Dean Ambrose last week in his Intercontinental title match. James Ellsworth is apparently sick as a fucking dog and ultimately gets told to go the fuck home. Because he can't stop coughing and sneezing.
It was kind of gross.
It was pretty disgusting. And so Shane has an idea, or a few ideas of what they're going to do as far as who AJ is going to face, since they still can't do the match between AJ and James Ellsworth.
Yeah, and then we have Miz TV.
Miz TV with the champion AJ Styles.
And they are just shining each other's belts.
Yep, that's euphemism of all wrestling euphemisms.
But then all of a sudden Miz gets all uppity and being like, hey, I'm better than you, actually.
And AJ's like, the fuck do you think you are?
And then Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler came out saying, fuck both of you, we're baby faces, so everybody cheer for us.
Yeah. And then Luke Harper came out and said, I don't give a fuck about anybody.
Yeah, and after everybody kind of flung each other around, Luke Harper just popped out of nowhere and clotheslined Dean Ambrose.
Yeah. So we have our main event, which is a Fatal 4-Way elimination match to determine who's going to face AJ Styles.
There's a lot of things getting eliminated in this episode.
Yeah, it's the elimination episode. We even had a cameo from Gabriel Iglesias, who was talking to Apollo Crews, and apparently his loud voice and his loud shirt was bothering The Miz. And then we had Fluffy and The Miz throw insults back at each other. And then we had Miz and Maurice cackle like a villainous, like Bond villains or whatever. They were evil.
It's funny.
Yeah. Then we go to our match.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this.
It was a very good, it's a very strange combination of people, especially with, having Ziggler back in the title picture and having Luke Harper in that situation.
Luke Harper is the real oddball.
Yeah.
And I think part of it is just because we still haven't really fully integrated Luke Harper back into anything because he's still fairly recent back from his injury.
Yeah, he's only been back for a couple months. So.
And, so the most he's been doing is the one-on-one matches with Kane.
Yeah. And then giving death glares to Randy Orton.
Yeah, and so we have that. That's kind of the odd quarter of this match. Whereas, we had Miz and Ambrose last week. We've had Miz and Ziggler all year.
Yeah.
We've had interspersed little bits of Ziggler and Ambrose against each other throughout the last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, Ambrose actually defended the championship against Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam.
Yeah, so what I was expecting from this match is what I got, which was good chemistry.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was a lot of good timing with those. There was that one spot where everyone was just hitting everyone with clotheslines or drop kicks or whatever it was.
Yeah, they had a good spot. It was Ambrose was looking to hook up Dirty Deeds on Harper. Ziggler came in and super kicked him, which caused him to rebound off the ropes for the lunatic lariat. But then while he was doing that, Harper spinning clothesline and Ziggler down, and then Dean Ambrose came back for the lariat and hit Harper, and they were all down, and Miz was on the outside going, I wish I was cool enough to be in that thing.
And perfect segue, because this leads into our first elimination, because Miz is like, oh shit, all three of them were down. So he runs in, tries to pin Ambrose, doesn't work, goes over, tries to pin Harper, he tries to pin Ziggler first,
Yeah.
then he tries to pin Harper, then he's like, all right, fine, I'll go try and pin Ambrose, and then Ambrose hooks him small package, and The Miz is the first one eliminated out of the
He hooked him
four.
by the dick. Hooks him small package.
Yeah, I
That's
got
what
it.
you said.
I got it. So yeah,
It was kind of a nonsensical move by The Miz too, because it was like Ambrose was the one that ended that whole thing. On
yeah.
the
So he's like
offensive
the
note.
least likely to be down.
Yeah.
But it's The Miz. He was caught up in the moment, and he got eliminated.
You know, no one ever said The Miz was the brightest guy in the world.
No, I mean, he's a star, so.
Be a star.
Then our second elimination, Luke Harper just started again running roughshod over both these guys.
Yeah,
Like,
Luke Harper had a lot of shine in this match.
it got a lot easier for him having Miz gone, and now he gets to focus his attack on one less person. So it's just, what can you do to get rid of Luke Harper? And that ended up being a double finisher. We got a super kick from Ziggler, and then Dean jumped off the second rope into a Dirty Deeds, and that eliminated Luke Harper. So then we have AJ Styles at commentary watching, these two super athletic guys, one who he's been facing for months now, and Ziggler, who I don't think he's actually faced since he's been in WWE.
Styles on commentary said he's wrestled both of them.
Did he really?
I'm pretty sure he's had a match with Ziggler.
Huh. Well, I don't remember it, so I mean, I'd be super excited to see them in a title match. And so yeah, we have a really good back and forth match between Ambrose and Ziggler. Miz ends up running back out for some, I don't know what the fuck reason he had to run back out there, but
It didn't really make much sense.
he coaxed Ziggler out of the ring.
And at this point of the match, Ziggler's hair is poofy as
Yeah,
fuck.
man, he's doing his best lion impression. He's got that full-on mane going on right now.
He's like borderline on like almost Lionel Richie.
He's
Jerry curls going on.
He's auditioning for the live-action Lion King that they're gonna do.
He's basically got like the Jerry curl fro
Yeah,
happening
it's
around his entire
just
head.
it's all over the place.
Looks like a goddamn mushroom.
And so it's weird. So like he ends up going out there, and then Ambrose ends up trying to like take advantage of it, and then like Ambrose is trying to get back in the ring, and Miz is holding his foot, and it's just I didn't understand what the fuck Miz was trying to do. He was just trying to screw over both of them, and it was just a really weird situation. But the holding of Dean Ambrose's foot, Ambrose just gets fed up and just stomps the Miz and gets back in the ring just in time to get fucking clocked with a super kick. And Dolph Ziggler is now the number one contender, and he's going to face AJ Styles for the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
So that should be fun.
I hope so.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's have the match.
You know what else we should do?
Talk about 205 Live?
Yeah, that was
205 pre-recorded?
205 pre-recorded. Yeah. This was actually recorded at Raw. That's because Smackdown actually had to record Tribute to the Troops, which will be on today when this is uploaded at about the same time that NXT is on.
Yeah.
At
At the exact same time. Not about the same time.
Yeah.
They both start at 5 o'clock.
There we go.
Pick NXT. It's usually better.
But you can watch NXT anytime because it's on the network.
They'll put Tribute to the Troops on the network.
Maybe.
They have a Tribute to the Troops section on the
Do they
network.
really?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so we open up 205 Live with Jack Gallagher taking on Drew Gulak.
Yeah, that was the first
Holy
thing
shit.
that was like the first thing that told me that they were not live, is because when Drew Gulak came out, he got a big pop.
Yeah,
I was like, why the fuck was he gonna get a big pop in
and
Washington D.C.?
I didn't even make the connection because I forgot that they had actually said that they were in D.C. on SmackDown, and I heard the announcer, announce him from Philadelphia, and that's what got him the pop. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they're somewhere else in Pennsylvania. I didn't even make that connection, and then it became very obvious with the different stage setup, and the corner posts were red instead of blue, and there was a lot
the
of
commentary table was over by the ramp.
yeah. So there were a lot of telltale signs that it was pre-recorded. But
enough about it, the fact that it's not live. Good match from Gallagher and Gulak.
Holy shit, yeah. No, Gallagher doesn't have a lot of guys that can match him style-wise, but Gulak is definitely one of them.
Well, I mean, Gulak was trained by Mike Quackenbush.
Yeah,
so.
he knows his shit. And it was just a super entertaining match to watch. No one got involved, which I was surprised about. I was expecting Arya Daivari to run out, and he didn't, and that was nice.
Tony Nese could have even had a chance to show up and do something because him and Gulak have been teaming together for a good duration since the Cruiserweight division started.
Yeah, there wasn't any of that. Instead, we just got a straight-up match where Jack Gallagher, doing all of his fancy stuff, Drew Gulak throwing a lot of stuff at Jack Gallagher, wasn't enough. Gallagher hitting that headbutt and the drop kick to the face, that flying heel hook that he uses as a finisher, and Jack Gallagher picking up the win. And then we actually saw him later, Tom Phillips trying to do an interview with him, which was interrupted by Arya Daivari.
Yeah, he waited. He picked his shots.
Yeah.
He didn't want to interrupt his match. He wanted to interrupt him during his backstage interview with Tom Phillips.
And so Jack's like, hey, I understand you might be a little mad after what happened last at Raw. So I felt like I was justified, especially after what you did to my knee. So how about we just bury the hatchet right now? We'll call it even. And Daivari ain't putting up with none of that shit.
Yeah, he says there is a long shot from them being even.
Yeah. So it ain't gonna happen.
Also, speaking of backstage segments, there was an awkward backstage segment with Noam Dar and Alicia Fox that had no consequence to the show whatsoever.
Noam Dar is creepy.
He is the Cruiserweight Creeper, Noam Dar.
There was also a backstage segment where TJP really just put it out there for Rich Swann, like, hey, we're cool, we're good friends, but out there tonight and this Sunday when we face each other for the Cruiserweight Championship,
I'm gonna drop you, bitch.
Yeah, you're not my friend. You are the champion, and I need my championship back. So, we also found out that Tajiri, this was actually announced a few days ago. It became news. It was on Twitter, but officially announced on 205 Live. Tajiri will be making his return to the WWE. We'll see him probably on Raw. We'll see him on 205 Live.
That's exciting.
Very exciting.
Because we're bringing another former Cruiserweight champion back into the fold.
Absolutely.
If we're on this tangent, I want to bring up another ongoing rumor / sort of confirmed idea that Mickie James has re-signed with WWE.
Yes.
And is rumored to be going to be exclusive to the Smackdown brand.
Put her on Raw. Raw needs her. Raw needs some help. Then she might just get lost in the fold of Sasha versus Charlotte. So yeah, go and put her on SmackDown. It'll be better.
Yeah. That's going to be pretty cool too, though.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of... WWE is getting a good influx of talent. It's just up to the bookers to fucking do it right. Let Triple H run that shit. He knows what he's doing.
Hire me.
Hire him. Have Kevin Hawk and Triple H work together to book the shows.
I would do it.
Of course you would.
I would.
You know, pass him a chance to work with Triple H.
Oh, I meant...
You just want to book the show. You don't give a shit about working with Triple H. Well, anyway.
Just kidding, Paul.
Heyman?
Oh, I'm just on a... I've been working with Triple H so long, we're on a first name basis.
Okay, gotcha. He just thinks you're Kevin Nash, that's why. He says Kevin, and that's just the first name pops in his head. Our other match, we had Lince Dorado versus...
I do have to walk on stilts whenever I have to.
Lince Dorado versus Mustafa Ali, a rematch from the first round of the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
And holy shit, was it just as good.
Yeah.
They have fantastic chemistry. They take the right amount of risk, and the two of them can it's perfect between the two of them.
Yeah, friggin' Mustafa Ali has shown us now on 2 different occasions that he is not afraid to take that bump off the apron to the floor.
No.
Because he did it in both of those matches with Lince.
And he commits to it, and that's something that's so admirable about this guy who nobody really knew anything about before the Cruiserweight Classic, but he just comes in and he decides, okay, I'm a last-minute addition to this thing.
Yeah, I'm replacing a guy.
I'm going to fucking put my name out there. And, you know, and he did it once again. Like, first, Lince Dorado, the springboard Rana that he did, that just looked like it shouldn't have worked, and it did. And then it
looked like it defied physics.
And then this particular move, the head scissors off of the apron, you know, awesome that Mustafa Ali taking that bump, but Lince landed on his goddamn feet.
Yeah.
That's... What? How do you do that? That's fucking fantastic. Unfortunately, that move did end up causing a double countout.
What wasn't that move? It was the Acai moonsault.
Oh, that's right.
It happened directly after that because Lince hit the moonsault, hit the ground, and then his momentum carried him all the way into a back bump where he hit his head on the bottom of the ramp.
Yeah. And Mustafa Ali was almost in the ring in time. He got in just after the 10 count, and there was a lot of like complaining with the referee. And then Lince is like, hey, you know what? Regardless of what happened, it was a good match. Tried to go for the handshake. Mustafa tried to punch him in the face. And Lince is like, no!
Spin kicks and shit.
And then, kicked him out of the ring. And so, we'll probably get a rematch. Maybe at end of the line. Maybe on
I'm guessing on 205 Live next week.
We've got Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. One of those days we're going to get a rematch.
On NXT.
Yes. No. But then our main event was Rich Swann taking on T.J. Perkins with Brian Kendrick at commentary. It was Rich Swann versus TJP.
It's another rematch from the Cruiserweight Classic tournament.
Yeah. And it's already something that we saw, and it's kind of a preview for the triple threat that we're going to get this Sunday. So it wasn't a bad match by any means, but it's not new.
Yeah,
I will say that's the only repetitive thing that they did on this particular episode.
Yeah.
I felt like everything else was so much more new stuff that I wasn't taken out of the show by, oh my god, we're getting Rich Swann versus TJ Perkins again.
Yeah. It's becoming an issue that's sort of plaguing me a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about it on the Raw review yesterday.
Yeah, with the fact that they have the Cruiserweights on Raw and on 205 Live, they need to, maybe pick one show to be the focal point of the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah.
Maybe do that on Raw, or do it on 205 Live, but not on both. Because now I just feel like I'm getting overdosed with TJ Perkins, Brian Kendrick, and Rich Swann.
Yeah,
I like all three of these guys, but at this point, this match happened, and I was slipping in and out of paying attention to this match, because I was like, oh, well, I've seen these guys so much since the Cruiserweight Classic ended and the division came to Raw.
And you're going to see them again on Sunday.
That I was just like, okay, well, that's how I felt about it. Was like, they're going to have the triple threat on Sunday, so I don't really even need to pay attention to this match.
Yeah, this match specifically didn't really matter. And it's unfortunate because the end result of this particular match should matter to us, because we did have TJ Perkins make Rich Swann tap out.
Yeah.
Because he ended up tweaking the knee earlier on. I can't remember what.
He missed the moonsault.
Was it?
On the outside. He went for a moonsault on the outside. TJ Perkins got out of the way, and when he landed on his feet, he was
that's right.
Ow, my knee hurts.
Yeah. It stopped him from being able to do the standing 450, and it was something that was constantly giving him issues. TJP was able to take advantage and made him tap out. And so, that's a big thing. You made the champion tap out. That should be noteworthy, but because we've seen this match so many times, it's kind of hard to care.
Yeah.
So
it's not even a matter of saying this match so many times, because I'm pretty sure this is only the second time they've done Swann versus Perkins. But it's just they've been legitimately the focal point of the Cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
To the point where, for me, I got really excited when they started doing a alternate storyline, when Jack Gallagher and Daivari started actually, fighting each other and, being in, segments. Then I was like, oh, good. variety, finally.
Yeah.
Because all the other cruiserweight stuff is randomly throw a tag match here, throw a one-on-one match here, but everything still revolves around these three guys in the championship.
Yeah. So yeah, let's do like maybe 1 week we do the cruiserweight. That's something we'll do something with the cruiserweight championship on Raw 1 week, then do it on 205 Live the next week.
Yeah.
Alternate shows. That way you can still make that belt obviously a focal point of both shows, but we're not getting 2 segments, 2 nights in a row every single week, and then we just don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so then Kendrick came down, ended up eating a super kick, and then we had a little standoff between Perkins and Swan. So tensions are high for the triple threat match this Sunday. But that's it for 205 Live.
And Tuesday Night Live.
So that means it's time for us to say thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. Do all those 3 things, please, people.
And then click all the links down in the description. Social medias and podcasts galore down there. But you want to stay on this YouTube channel as well, because coming up after our midweek wrap-up, we'll be having predictions for Roadblock.
End of the line.
So look forward to those coming out this weekend. And on top of that, you want to go over to Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
New videos. It's reasonable with a W.
Like wrestling. Where you get to see our punishment videos. You get to see me get chopped here pretty soon. Plus we'll be doing another wager for Roadblock. You'll also get to see a Christmas Miracle unboxing from WrestleCrate coming out later this week. So look forward to that and all the other stuff that we have over on that channel. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Subscribe, people.
Fuck Mojo Rawley.
Fuck Mojo Rawley. He's on the list.